Hi, I'm Veena Gupta. I head the TCS Ion Academy. On behalf of TCS Ion Direct, I wish you a very happy International Women's Day. International Women's Day is celebrated on the 8th of March every year. It's a global day celebrating the social, economic, cultural, and political achievements of women. This day also marks a call to action for accelerating women's equality. So we will be talking about Women at Work Choose to Challenge today. We bring to you one such woman leader who has taken a path to many who will sound it will very difficult or impossible. Her story, I'm sure, will motivate young minds to think differently, take bold steps, and stay ahead. It's my pleasure to welcome Ms. Sowmya Rajagopalan, who is the Vice President and Head of Travel, Transportation, and Hospitality Americas Unit at Tata Consultancy Services. Sowmya Rajagopalan has been instrumental in building a strong team that is shifting TCS from being an IT service vendor to a strategic value player. With 1,000 plus associates catering to 50 plus customers, TCS has almost all the top brands in airline, hospitality, and railroads in North America. Though the current situation has challenged the industry, Sowmya and her team are working with clients in helping them to respond, recover, and rebound. With a rich 20 years of work experience, hers has been a remarkable journey from an econometrics student boldly venturing into IT and software industry to rising through the ranks to head a business unit in the Americas. With customer centricity as her motto and people first as a motivating force, she has played a pivotal role in building trusted and long-term relationships with our customers. Sowmya challenges herself and others to step out of the comfort zone and take risks. An avid LinkedIn enthusiast, following industry news and happenings on the social platform is a daily ritual. Her forte lies in her ability to develop and attract businesses' most vital resource, its people. Extremely passionate about building one team, Sowmya consciously strives to bring in inclusivity and takes a keen interest in mentoring and developing the right talent. A loving wife and a doting mother, Sowmya is a complete hands-on towards home and family and leads by example when it comes to work-life integration. Her passion for gardening and Rajni films is divulged only by her love for cooking, vouched for and attested by all those who have enjoyed her great expert culinary skills. Sowmya loves gardening and goes by the philosophy of farm to the table by having organic vegetable patch right in her backyard. It's my honor and pleasure to welcome Sowmya Rajagopalan.
Hello, thank you very much, Veena, for the wonderful introduction. And happy Women's Day to all the people on the call and also the men that support women to be successful. So it's a great day for all of us. So thank you so much, first of all, Veena, for bringing me into this session and talking to the students. Again, whenever I talk to the students, I feel very young. So thank you for that opportunity. Such a pleasure for me to talk to all of you. So I can relate to you all very much because I have a 23-year-old son who's just completed his computer science, graduated, and is applying for his master's. So today's session is all about how did I manage in my career, and also some small tips on what you should be doing, when you between now and the time that you get into work. So I'm going to just start the session now. When was the last time you did something that you never used to do? When was the last time you were scared of doing a new thing in your life? When was the last time you thought about doing something new? Our ordinary day is completely ordinary. We keep it that way. It gives us a balance, but would it give us that growth? Because if you don't come out of your comfort zone, you'll be just doing what you've been doing, right? That is the question each one of us should ask ourselves. Should we just remain like this, or should I just try out new things? You must have heard a saying, life begins at the end of your comfort zone. In my time with you today, I want to share my perspective on a few traits that we should build to go beyond the comfort zone and how it helps growth. While I'm going through this, I want to take you through my experience in life and how it helped. So, if I were to summarize the lessons that I learned, it would be the 5 C's that you see. Choices, the choices that you make, the chances that you take, the changes that you bring about and the changes that you have to make, the competency that you have to build, right? And the confidence with which you execute it in style. These are very, very important, and let's see what that means to all of us. When I say choices you make, your life is in your hands. I'm sure all of you know that, right? Some of the attitude that you do, priorities that you have, right? You can carve it the way you want it. You want your life. Whether you want to really focus on something and make it successful, or whether you want to just spend time, while away your time. It's all in your hands, right? It's your decision, but choose it with care. Don't always think that, yeah, I know the decisions that I'm taking, I know what I'm doing, right? Don't have that arrogance. Sometimes your parents will try to guide you, right, in the right path. Take that, right? And if you feel that you're so overwhelmed, sometimes parents put pressure. It might be overwhelming for all of you. Just take some time, don't hurt them, but at the same time, be very careful when you take a decision, because you have to live through that decision, the choices that you make, right? Every day brings choices. Some are operational, but some are truly life-defining. I have made some, I'm going to share with you. Understand that these choices that make you, your personal brand is also going to be kind of coming out, right? Your choices affect people around you, both professionally and personally, and I'm going to talk about that. So I made some choices. Most of it were right, some were wrong, right? Because we should take risks in life. Not everything is going to be perfect in life, right? So I did my master's in econometrics. And from econometrics, being a management consultant, I joined as a management consultant in TCS. Then after 5 years, they kind of merged management consulting and software consulting. So suddenly I'm thrown into the world of software, IT, the jargons I didn't know of, right? Because I come from a purely non-technical background. So that was the choice that I made, right? Where, I will get into IT, I will prove myself, I will have a niche for myself. And I did have a niche, right? Market research, not many people could do it, right? That is one. TCS as my organization. I call myself as a lifer in TCS. There's a reason, because every time you're presented with a choice, right? You can take the choice, or you can say, maybe let me try it outside of TCS. You will have such opportunities multiple times in your life, right? So every time such an opportunity comes, you make a choice, right? And that's how in TCS also, multiple choices. There were choices outside, but I chose the path of continuing to be in TCS, right? Every time I had to choose, I chose TCS. I chose growth mindset as my priority. Be it a customer or my team, this has helped me focus on customer growth, be it business transformation or technology transformation. Same with my team too. Always working on details, very, very important, okay? Even when you learn, attention to details, even when you do things, right? Because you're into, the STEM world. Attention to detail is very important. So start practicing from now. Of course, I want you all to enjoy your life as a student, have fun. I encourage that. I don't like all the time study. No. But there are fun things that you could do that will help in your work, right? So those are some things that you should start looking at, can I do some research for innovation and so on. So this is something I constantly do. And I travel a lot. The travel has really made me become so patient. I've learned so many perspectives in life, to be very honest, because at travel, you just have to, while you're traveling, you just face all kinds of things. Sometimes your flight is cancelled, sometimes, so all that, kind of shaped me up as a person that can kind of tolerate several situations. Well, having told what are my choices that I made, right? you have to take your chances as well. Sometimes logic or rational flow does not work at all. Okay, this is not your computer science, your software programming, right? Logic. This is trust your heart. Listen to your heart. It never fails you, right? And even if it fails you, it's okay, right? It's not the end of the world at all, right? But don't blind your ears. Your chances should not compromise on your integrity, what you stand for. That is always very, very important. Your integrity, the values that you display, right? That is extremely important. You can take chances, but choose with all the integrity in life. Never ever hesitate to stand up. Never sell yourself short. Never underestimate your self-worth. You always think that you have it in you. Okay, that is very important, right? So the chances that I took, one of the biggest chances that I took was I was in India, right? I've never gone beyond Delhi till I was in India. So that was about till my 30th year or so. Then I uprooted my family in 2000, completely uprooted my family from India. My husband was doing a very successful business. He was doing auto sensors for street lights for the government. We finished, we closed everything. We said we'll move to the US for the larger good of the family as well. I just completed 20 years in the US last 2 months back. So took the biggest chance in my life, and it really paid off, both from a personal and a professional standpoint. Now my son has had the best education, I must say. I've also had the opportunity to work with some of the top leaders in the Fortune 1000 companies. Had I been in India, probably I may not have gotten that close, right? Of course, I've missed working with, being in the corporate headquarters. That's a different experience as well, right? So you have to really weigh in on what is important, right? Very important. You have to weigh in on the chances that you take. Then I went after, going for the giants in the industry, right? Be it the Home Depot, probably I'm not sure if you all are aware, United Airlines, Delta. So never hesitated. Yeah, they may be big. Yeah, but why can't I try, right? So those were some of the accounts that we started nurturing that really paid off. Those are some of the strategic accounts. I took some risks as well. Am I audible? Okay. Yeah. Took risks, calling the shots. Very calculated risks, right? Very important, because as a leader, you have to take some risks. People are looking at you, right? So it's very, very important. Most importantly, I spoke my heart always, whether it's customer, TCS, my team, never ever hesitated to speak my heart. And that is where I built the trust, because you show fairness by doing that, right? Show the sincerity and passion. Those led to actually tough conversations, but that also helped me and others evolve. So these were some of the chances that I took. So one mantra is take chances boldly. Very important, right? Now moving on to the changes that I made, right? Never settle for less. Keep evolving. Invest in you. Very important. Always keep investing. Either in terms of learning something. Invest. Very often, what happens? I believe in this. Today, I'm fully dressed, even though I'm working from home. All my meetings, I go completely dressed, including wearing my work shoes. That is very important. Invest in you. Be your best. Right? You have to make some changes. It is like, your version of 2.0, 3.0, 4.0. It's okay, you keep evolving, right? That's very important. You want to shed your calories. So go invest in lifestyle changes. Go looking for inspiration from people who has done it. Go to the gym every day, like it or not. Keep it consistent and persistent in the hunger. That is investing, right? It is a single person change. It is a connected change. Weave in your support system. Very important. Whether it is a change that you have to make, you have to say, for example, you may not be able to relate. I'm sure your parents would have done it. You know, when they had to bring you all up, right? They would have had to make some changes. Maybe put you in daycare and, you know, all that you recall, right? They would have weaved in, taken the help from support system, their parents and all that, right? So it's very important. It's not a one-man show at all when that change happens. It is the entire family that comes into the change, right? So I brought some changes, right? What are the changes? A mother, a wife in the US, I don't have any helping hand, right? So at no point did I say my work comes first, so I'm not going to cook. I cannot say that. So I'm a mother, I'm a wife, I'm a tutor. I'm a tutor for my son. I used to teach math until he was in his final grade in school. Of course, at college, he wouldn't care because he'd say, you know, you do not know. Typical student kid's attitude, right? I cook and also a leader in TCS. So you have to make some lifestyle changes in order for you to have that complete, everything integrated, everything balanced, right? So those are some things that I did. Built from scratch. Somehow I was blessed with some opportunities where I could build from scratch. Until then, I didn't even, honestly, when I landed on a very big opportunity, it was, of course, a brand new logo for TCS. Until then, I just managed a 70 people account, right? Suddenly, I'm given an opportunity where I have to nurture a strategic account, right? From 0 to 2,500 people. So it was not easy, but with all the changes, I started doing research because you cannot do the same thing. What you did in a 70-member thing, you cannot do. I started doing research. I started creating a calendar, event calendar. Every day I'll plan, right? So those are the things I did. And then from moving from retail to travel, transportation, hospitality, completely, I didn't even know. It was like a new company for me. That's the advantage of being in TCS, right? You know, you can try on new things. That's probably true in the IT world, but more so in TCS, such a wonderful organization where things are flexible. They give you, right, chances for us to make some changes in the status quo. So, you know, when I got those chances, I was able to make some things that were impossible possible, right? Things that didn't, accounts that didn't go well. Collectively, it's not my effort only, right? It's just that I had the right team that we were all able to together make it happen. So don't ever always think that only I am making the change, only I will do the. It's always a team effort. Always, when you come in, it's very, very important that you think collectively, right? That is very important. So always make sure you show your passion and spread that passion. Very important, right? So one mantra for changes, before I move on to this one, is keep making positive changes. If you're not changing, you will settle in for a comfort zone, right? And that's not going to help you or the organization or the college that you are in. Very important, right? Keep making changes, positive changes. Now moving on to the competencies you develop. What's your USP, right? You should know your domain, very important. Whatever you're working, know it thoroughly. Don't just do for the sake of doing, right? You're into computer science, right? Just because you have to pass your exams, don't just go for that. Understand the nuances of it. Why are you learning something? What is that that's going to make in the real life? Now, see, those days when we were studying, we didn't have computers for us to do research, right? Exactly 30 years back, I completed my master's. Today, you have the world in your hands. You can research everything. You can bring in different perspectives to everything in life. So what is because only if you learn all that, okay, you can have your USP. What is the value? You can bring in a different value to the table. And Most importantly, how many hours you spend on yourself each day? Are you understanding your subject? Are you understanding the domain in which your education will be applied? Are you learning the technology that is evolving every single day, right? Do not confine in your boundaries. Competencies are varied, right? One is the software competency that you need to have. There are multiple things that you need to have when you come to work, right? How you carry yourself, how do you communicate? Everything is balanced, equal importance. That's what makes you as a package, soft skills, right? And when you're talking to friends, hey, don't talk like that, you'll say. But you can't tell that in a professional environment, right? You have to have a way of saying. So you have to develop all of it. And now is an opportunity. Before you enter work, learn all of it and start practicing. Now you can use all the swear words while you're in college, not at work. It will land you in big trouble, right? So those are some things you start practicing, because practice makes someone perfect. Overnight we cannot change, right? So what I do to my son today is, whatever I go through, right, I put in every day in a text message, I write to him and tell him, Shreyas, you have to be this, do not ever compromise. Things will happen, failures will happen, right? So it's very important we practice. You are seeing your parents, what they go through. You learn from that. I learned a lot from my parents, from my mother, whatever the hardships they went through. They didn't have to sit and tell, oh, this is how I went through, you all have to do it. No, see it, observe it, take it. Your friends might be going through something. So those are some things that are equally important. I developed some competencies from econometrics to IT, big shift, right? And shift in domain from retail, I told you, right? I was earlier in retail, from there to travel, transportation, hospitality. I know zero technology even today. I'm working for a software company, right? How do I survive? Right? Those days it was mainframes. Today we have to talk blockchain, mobility, AI, ML, and all that. And I do read about all that. So I don't act ignorant when I talk to a customer. Or when a customer is saying something, I will be able to relate and connect the dots and talk. That is very important. Knowing what is important for your work is equally important. I am still shy. I am comfortable with my inner circle. I used to be an introvert. But with my being a leader in TCS for about 500 million unit, right? Having 7,000 people, managing 51 customers. If I am introvert and shy, I cannot protect them. I cannot protect my team. I cannot bring my company to the forefront, right? So I had to change my behavior as well. Then from skills, I was just a business analyst, right? Management consultant to business analyst to, then I became a relationship manager, one by one, each and every role that I had to take. And today I'm a unit head. For each skill role I played, I needed to shift my skills. That was important, right? So what I'm saying is, one mantra is keep developing yourself every single day. Very important. I spend a lot of time. I'm not in the habit of reading books. Okay. I don't read books, but I spend a lot of time in LinkedIn. I do a lot of research. Then I kind of, start taking something from there and start bringing that thread, expanding that thread. One thing I believe in is all of us are creative. Let us not forget, each one have a creative mind in us. It's just that we don't try it, right? So that is why I'm saying keep developing yourself end to end. Software skills, soft skills, how do you behave, attitude, everything, right? So those are very, very important. Now I'm going to come to the confidence, right? Speak out based on your knowledge, very important. Speak out for various things. Suppose if things are not, people are not saying the right things, speak out them, right? Show that confidence. You have to speak, your team is trusting you, right? That is very important. And play to your strengths, very important. If your strength is domain, play it. Sometimes we don't have to be, a master of everything. Don't be pressured by that. Oh my God, she's saying all this, how should I be? Take it cool. Play by your strengths. You have some strength. Everyone has a strength. Okay? And be on top of your game. Very important. Show your uniqueness. Be abreast of what is happening. That will give you that confidence. If you know, knowledge is power. Right? If you know something, you can speak anywhere, everywhere. Even if Bill Gates comes in front of you, you can talk about the foundation that he's doing. You can talk about the COVID. He talked about COVID and how we should have been prepared as a world, right, in terms of vaccines and so on. Nobody took his word, but you can relate to all that as long as you read something, right? That's important. Sit at the table, not at the side of the room, right? The success you get is totally because of yourself. You have to understand you are really worth it and shamelessly accept that. It keeps building your courage and ability to take challenges. Also, I would say one thing, okay? When somebody is offering you a challenge or an opportunity, don't on the impulse, oh no, I don't think I can do it. Don't say that. Take your time to first decide, weigh in on the options, and then go back. Because in that moment, you will really not have the confidence and you may not think the entire breadth of the opportunity, right? So always accept challenges. Nothing will happen, right? There is always multiple chances that we'll all get. This is how I define my confidence. For me, family comes first, no matter what. I may be the head of the company also, I don't care. At the end of the day, family comes first. We all have to realize that, right? That doesn't mean I'm putting work aside, but it also means I'm there for my family and they are there for me. Always. Without my family, without my husband and son sacrificing, I wouldn't have been where I am today. I wouldn't have been talking all the successes that I have had in my career, right? And encourage diversity and be inclusive. Always one thing. I always say I am blessed with some of the best teams. Take people that are smarter than you, always. Never be afraid. Oh my God, if I take that person, even while you doing your projects, right? You love your final projects and all that. Take people smarter than you in that group. It's okay. Because then only you will also stand out. Okay, she is someone that can accept. She is not competitive. You've got to be competitive, but not always, right? In my team, I believe everyone is smarter than me. They will challenge me. And I encourage that. Very important, because that is inclusiveness. If you have only your ideas, you're not going to take other ideas, right? That is very important. I build my confidence by being bold and passionate. If at all, if anyone asks, how do you define Sowmya? They will first talk probably of my courage and being bold and passionate, right? And my confidence is built through my team, which I told, right? Definitely one should let go of shyness. I have done things I'm most uncomfortable of, right? That built my confidence over the period of time. Whether moving from management consulting to software, or doing a business analyst role to the business unit head role. Everything moving out of your comfort zone, right? You build that confidence over a period of time. Once you get into the job will give you that confidence. Don't worry. You don't have to come fully prepared. You guys don't worry that I have to fully come prepared and how will I manage? Don't worry. There are people that will handhold you, take you. You are not alone, right? So, but make sure when you are there, be hands-on and keep researching your area of domain. The more you can speak out confidently, the more you can be a role model to the rest of your team, right? So I want to summarize. If I, as an econometrician, could do it in software industry, you all can easily do it because you've done the right STEM education. I'm sure that's going to help you, think in a way that the software industry needs, right? The skills. So believe in yourself. Learn skills that are needed for your job. It's a lifelong learning. Don't think, okay, I've got my job done, right? No. My request to all of you, because I am seeing my son as well, right? You have the entire day. You go to college, you spend a lot of time going to movies, spending time here, doing that. Spend 1 hour every day to learn a new skill. Okay, if it's AI/ML related to your future work, right? AI/ML, cloud, can you do some certification, right? Not affecting your work, I mean, not affecting your college studies, right? But try to learn something. That's very, very important. Then when I say be contextual masters in TCS, this is something that's a very big thing, right? How do you show that niche to your customers? You have to learn the domain that the customer is in, be it healthcare, entertainment, travel, hospitality. You have to speak their language. Only then you will get that respect, right? That doesn't come overnight. It comes with a lot of experience and practice, right? So I'm saying, all that I'm saying is, if you've chosen to come into a path, for example, you all want to join me in travel, transportation, hospitality tomorrow, learn about what is that industry all about, right? Very important. At the end of the day, for many of the industries, we are all consumers, right? Be it retail, travel, pharma, healthcare, we are all consumers of it. So we can relate to a lot of those things. Strengthen your soft skills. When I say that, okay, English, communicating, both writing and speaking, strengthen it. Read a lot. Reading is not only in a book. LinkedIn, start speaking, start writing, right? It's okay for you to make mistakes amongst your friends. Nobody is going to tell anything. I make mistakes even today. My English is not the best, but I keep trying every time, right? So that's very important. Then purpose is to contribute. Finally, guys, I'm telling you this. Okay, very important to contribute to your family first, because your parents have spent the time, sacrificed. Contribute to your community where you live, to the city, to the state, and to the country that you belong. Make it a better place for you and your future generation. World is in your hands. I told you, future is in your hands too, right? Enjoy and have fun now, because I don't believe, one thing I don't believe, friends at work is something that I don't believe in. Everybody are good colleagues. I mean, trust me, I will take care of my colleagues and be with them. But very often, what's going to happen when you come to the job world, you'll be vying for the same position, right? So if you're friends with your, best friend is there, you are getting to lead a big project once in a lifetime. What would you say? No, let my friend do it. I will sacrifice. Will you say that? Don't put yourself in that kind of a position. That is why I'm saying, at work, there are acquaintances, there are close relationships, but friendship is something that you have to really think about at work. Then leave your mark. Be authentic in whatever you do. Show that passion. Whenever, in every step, you should show that passion, right? If you want to do something differently, right, you show your passion. You stand out, right? But at the end of the day, be yourself. That's very important. And still continuing, right? Live up to your commitment. See, as students, even I've been there and done that, right? We used to procrastinate. Okay, tomorrow, okay, the assignment is there 10 days later only, na? We'll see. Ask today, we'll see. We will put the everyday timetable. Yeah, today I will finish 2 hours, you won't even go there. You will see, okay, you'll be spending time on internet, you'll lose it. You procrastinate. Then finally the last day comes, you'll be tensed. You'll not be giving your best to the solution, right? So don't procrastinate anything. Do it in bits, but do it. Very important. Also, when you all come to work, customer is the king or a queen here. So bring your best. I said, right, personal grooming. Always very important. Half of it is your, skills that you bring in. Technology skills, domain skills. Half of it is how you present yourself. In terms of your interactions, in terms of courtesy, in terms of, how you dress up, all of it makes the difference. If you come to the US, you don't wear a salwar. You have to wear, if you live in Rome, live like a Roman, right? That's very important. Do a lot of research, I think I've told you, because knowledge is power. when you have to talk, when you have to engage, even in a casual, when I say research, when I say knowledge, it is not about only software, technology, domain. Talk about cricket, talk about what is a local game here, that is very important. Learn and share, that will make you stand out. Very often, very well learned people, they don't sometimes share. What happens is they are not spreading the knowledge. The best that they have, they're not spreading it. It's very, very important to have that magnanimity. If you have learned something, share it with everyone. Ask for help. You're not always, you will know everything. So ask for help. Very important, right? Be resilient and rebound. Failures do happen, right? But they should only give you confidence to keep trying. Don't get dejected because oh my God, I failed. Failures do happen, right? Be bold. Nothing. What's going to come? Is the world going to end? No. So face it. Don't worry. Talk to people. Come out of it. That is all I would say. Because in software, you will have to do multiple tries. In research, innovation, you have to do multiple tries. We say fail fast. So those things do happen, right? Develop on problem solving and logical thinking skills. Do that right now while you're at college. Very important because it will help even in your interviews and so on. And lastly, I told we are all creative. Don't ever forget that. Don't think only certain minds can invent. We are all creative. Believe in that. Bring it out. Spend that time. I'm telling you, one thread will lead to the other. Always believe in that. Okay. So go for it. I'll be waiting for all of you to welcome you all to the world of IT. Come, you all come and change the world to be a better place. All the best to all of you. I'm sure you all will shine and make your parents proud and make everyone around you proud. All the best. Thank you.
Thank you, Sowmya. It was a wonderful session. I think you have really shared your tips and secret mantras for the success of all the young youth that have attended our session, and it will be for future. Thank you so much. We'll now quickly have a Q&A session. I think we have got some of the questions that have been posted by our audience. So we'll take a few which will be most relevant to the audience. So Bhakti is asking, what if family doesn't support? Should we break those barriers for career if we have the potential?
No, you don't have to. Basically, you talk to your family. That's very important. That's why I said,
exactly.
I'm sure, Veena, you have done a lot of that. You are in a great place today. You are such an example as well, right?
Yes,
we don't break families. We don't. But I think we have that's an art of negotiation. Negotiation is not only at work, right? You have to negotiate at home as well. You have to convince the family. That's equally important.
Correct. Correct.
And sometimes that is weighing on options, right? When they are saying it may not be sometimes always to your to your satisfaction. Sometimes they will say it because they would, by their experience, based on their experience, they would say something. So you weigh on the option. At the end of the day, go by what your heart says. That's important.
Yes, yes. In fact, sharing my experience, I have done 2 times breaking barriers. Once I was in a small village where I completed my 10th standard, and I wanted to go to a city to complete my higher secondary.
Wow.
But good thing is you need to get the right influencers. So my principal of the school convinced my parents that she is highly skilled. You should move to the city and give her a chance to pursue higher studies. Similarly, when I went for higher studies, it was the principal of my college who influenced my father, saying that she has the skill. And at that time, let me tell you, we had hardly 1 or 2 girls in Indian colleges, especially engineering colleges. But my principal said that she has it in her, give her a chance, she can shine. So you have to use the influencers in your situation to help you make that decision. There's no point in breaking relationships. You have to build that relationship, use your ecosystem to take yourself ahead. Okay, the second one is from Priyadarshini Patnaik, who is saying, how can I face challenges for which I am not even prepared?
Yeah, I mean, this is something that's I mean, you don't prepare for challenges, but you have the grit that you can prepare, right? You have the courage, the grit, always. And also, like I said, there are people around you that you can always, you have mentors. When you come to work, it's all different, right? You can speak out, you have mentors, people that have been there, done that. You know, they could, you can draw experience from there as well. And finally, you have your own thing, right? Very important. You know, when you ask me, how did you change? How did you, kind of overcome challenges? It's not that I always looked up at someone else. No, somehow, because each and everybody's situation is different. So it's just that at the end of the day, develop that grit and be able to take bold decisions, take the risks. That is important, right? So I'm sure you'll be able to, with that, you should be able to face the risks and challenges.
Okay. There's another question from Dolly who is saying, what are the chances for freshers to get jobs in IT sector today?
Oh, you old the world. What are you saying? I mean, today you have everything. Like I said, you have such a big opportunity opening up. I'm telling you, in a way, COVID reset a lot of things, right?
Correct.
COVID has also opened up opportunities because imagine 1.5 years complete standstill in our lives. Right? You all, the minds, the best minds, will have to come and change the world. The world cannot be the same, right? The world cannot be without a vaccine for 1.5 hours, 1.5 years. But also think about it, somebody enabled what used to take 30 years to build a vaccine those days. Somebody made it happen in 12 months. Made the impossible possible. You guys can do it. You all can do it. Right? There is so much of an opportunity, so don't even worry. And there is variety of opportunity. Technology, non-technology, anything, you name it. Even though you are an engineering graduate, you want to choose a field, only a domain. Okay, you want to be part of domain? There is opportunity. So it's all in your hands. You can choose. Don't try to come with a mindset because that will close all the other opportunities that you have. Come, see the opportunities, then go for it. But plenty, world is yours.
Correct. Sowmya, there's one more question from Dolly, which is who's asking, how can women balance both work and family? Can you share some experiences?
Absolutely.
When you had a tying challenge probably between a family and an office, and how would you manage that situation?
See, again, like I said, right, there is, it's not that work is over personal life or personal life is over work. There are times when you have to give importance to family. Give importance to family then. Very important, right? For me, the way I do is, see, once I came to the US, I had no helping hand at all. Like I said, I do everything, right? I do my cooking. I don't tell my husband, you come and help. I do it because I have taken that responsibility, right? So I do it, but many a times they also see and they try to help me, both my son and husband. That is important. And sometimes, even if they don't come, you talk it out when you need help. That is important.
Yeah.
So you have to keep it everything in a balance. Very important. That is one. Second, what I did was I did have to sacrifice a little bit on my personal stuff, my sleep time, little bit, right? 1 hour. If I'm sleeping for 7 hours, I'll sleep for 6 hours. Over a period of time when I'm 51 years old, I don't need 6 hours of sleep. Even with 3 hours, I'm very, very active and healthy, right? So try and, do things. There could be days, weeks that you have to only focus on work. Explain it. Give an advance notice that next 2 weeks is going to be very busy. I need your support. Maybe we'll have to buy out food, right? Speak. That has always helped me, and that is because I travel a lot, Monday through Friday. Sometimes weeks I'll be in India, right? So in order for my, I shouldn't be feeling guilty. I cook and everything and go, but I'll come and throw it because they were like fresh food every day. But not for me not to feel guilty, I'll do that. So do your job. That is very important.
Yeah, same here for me also. I used to plan, I used to take help from my parents my in-laws, my friends, my neighbors. I mean, that is a complete ecosystem that you need to prepare, and they all understand your situation. They all want to help you. And let me tell you, if you get everybody's buy-in, then only you can be successful. You cannot be in an individualistic world. You need a network of people who will come to help you when times are tough. And they will sail you through. Today, what I am is because of all of these innumerable women. You know, every day I feel they are part of that system that has helped me reach this stature. And let me tell you, this is true for everybody. Everybody. It's
Yeah.
no rocket science. So
Very
please
true.
follow that.
Yeah.
Please follow that. Okay. One more thing. So Sowmya, in your career, have you faced any time where you were scared or afraid of a fear of,
Every
that
day.
some fear that you have, and how did you really manage to overcome it? How do you overcome such fears?
Absolutely. You should be afraid, super afraid, because fear brings the best in you, right? For me, I have the
Yes.
fear. I am managing about 6,500 people's career, their life, right? I'm responsible
Yep.
for them, their growth. And my company has trusted me. So I should do the best, right? My customers have trusted us. We should do the best. That fear and that thing should always be there. That worry should always be there. But that should not deter you from not doing things, right? Every single
Correct.
proposal, every single customer discussion, I fear. That fear has helped me only prepare well to go into the meeting,
Perfect.
right? Recent
Perfect.
example and how our industry fell down. Okay, last year when COVID happened, travel, transportation, hospitality was the worst hit. I'm
Correct.
sure all of you know. Even today, nobody is traveling. I was fearful. How will my business unit, that I took 5 years to build it? What will happen? But that fear also gave me boldness to march forward. This march, our marching helped really. We are in a super growth, great growth path. So, fear, being afraid is not a bad thing at all. How you react to it is what matters. It should make you more
Correct.
prepared, and then fear is all good, okay?
Yeah. You need to acknowledge the fear and then respond. So you need to plan your activities, work out your strategy, and practice, like what Soumya said. See, not all of us come from very highly English speaking background.
Correct.
I have come from a village background where I had nobody whom I could speak to in English. I used to watch English serials at those times where you used to say, yes, Prime Minister, which was just a half an hour serial. Today, you have plenty of things that are available on YouTube, that are available for you to just go and listen. So, all that you need to do is do the right things, what you want to achieve. Plan your activities. Like she said, invest your time carefully, because what your today's investment is going to pay you in the future. We are able to talk today like this because we have invested in learning that language. We have spent time in listening to people, making notes, and practicing it. Don't fear. I might be spelling it wrong, but somebody else will correct me. But if I don't talk at all, I will never learn. I will never get that opportunity. So please use everything that is available to you as an opportunity and make the best use of it.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we have had a very good interaction, and now I think I should close down.
Yeah.
So thank you very much, Soumya. It was really very good, very engaging, very insightful, and I'm sure it has charged the young minds, especially girls and women across all age groups, to challenge their limits, to reach greater heights in their field of work. I would like to thank the audience for making it very interactive, keeping interesting questions coming up. Thank you very much once again. Think big and grow. With that, I, Veena Gupta, sign off. Have a great day, all of you.